Hello friends, I wanted to give you a quick review on this Amazon bike bag. This one's brand is Rhino Walk. Rhino Walk seems to make a lot of these bike bags. I just packed up my old bike and sent it to Palm Springs and back. And I want to give you a review on what this thing, if it's worth your money or not. First of all, we look at what I did to package it. And I packaged this thing like crazy. I spent hours and hours on it. And I used to use a hard container, like a rooftop carrier, but it was really inconvenient. It didn't fit anywhere. And but it was easy to pack, and it was very protective. This thing, the material, I wouldn't say it's thick, but it's not thin. It's okay, but it did get a few holes. What you really need to do is prevent anything that's pokey inside of the bike from poking out, and I went to sort of heavy lengths for that. The other thing I read online is to duct tape the bottom. And I did duct tape the bottom a bit until I ran out of duct tape. And you can see it punched through here. So this entire bottom is thick cardboard. And for whatever reason, that punched through, and that's right through the bag. And this is just one trip. You know, it did it though. And carrying this thing around was unbelievably better than a giant rooftop carrier. These straps, you can put it over your shoulder barely. They're kind of short. Let's have a look inside. The bag survived more or less, but let's look at the lengths that I went to make that happen. Okay, we got a lot of stuff in here. So first off, I put these foam pads here. These are like gym workout pads on the side. And then the entire thing is wrapped in bubble wrap. So I've got some straps on there. This took me so long. And repacking this took me so long too. There's the rest of our pads. This thing was a mega pain in the butt. We've got a big piece of cardboard to make it flat. Everything is wrapped. And then I had to use 2x4s. This old bike's got a huge crank on it, so the crank was going to hit the bottom. So I got a couple of 2x4s on there to make it flat. And then this is like 3 layers of this really thick plastic-coated cardboard. I mean, it works. The problem is, nicer bike bags have like foam pads and stuff where you can strap everything together. This thing has pockets for the wheels, but like, they're kind of pointless. This is the thinnest material of all. Obviously, for the money, right? And so I strapped all the wheels together and stuff. One of the keys here, I put a big piece of cardboard in the end of the axle here to keep it from punching through. Oh, look, it's been inspected. I did manage to fit a bunch of extra stuff in here. I mean, it works, but it's such a pain. It took me so long to put this all together, you know, and really thinking about it. Also, this bag is small. This is a 2002 Trek police bike in large, so it's like a standard mountain bike, and it has a short wheelbase. These bikes will never fit in that tiny bag. These things have big-ass wheelbases, and there's no way. This thing is made for road bikes, small stuff, so, you know, look up a 2002 Trek large mountain bike, and see if it'll fit, because this thing is completely to the edge. I mean, I did my best. I mean, repacking this in Palm Springs, it took so long. I even had pictures and stuff, and I'd already figured it out. It is possible. This thing was only $50 Canadian. You know, it's just so much extra work. But the problem is that like a good bike bag is so expensive, and then like a professional carrier, they're $1,000. Doesn't seem to be anything in between. You know, and then you go rent one, and then that costs as much as shipping the whole thing. It did work. If you take your time, totally wrap it and make sure there's not a single pokey edge on there, right, to punch through this thing, but just wear and tear. It already made a hole in there. Double, duct tape the bottom. The bottom seems to be a wear point, and all this foam. You can do it if you got some time. Is there a better value bag out there that's a bit bigger and has more pads in there and maybe a shoulder strap that I can carry it on with some wheels? I think it's time to investigate that. But anyways, let me know your experience. Hope you found this useful. I couldn't find much info out there when I got this thing. I mean, it worked. If you got time to burn, I watched a video of somebody else was putting in a professional bike bag, and they're like, oh, look, 20 minutes. All done. No way, man. Hours I spent on this. Oh, yeah, and I got pieces of wood between the axles in here, too. You can't see it. But to keep this from being compressed. And I just masking taped the whole thing, or Packers tape. Was it worth it? I don't know. Next time I go to Palm Springs, maybe I'll just borrow or rent a bicycle. Anyways, sure was nice there compared to winter here. Anyways, hope you found this useful. Please consider like, subscribe. Appreciate it. See you in the next one.